Decision support services is actually the future for NOAA. NOAA, along with the National Weather Service, NOAA Satellite, our ocean services, and our atmospheric research are all looking towards the next way to do business, and decision support is where we're putting our focus. Decision support in the Weather Service is really focusing on more than just providing a forecast to everyone from emergency manager to our other customers and partners down to my parents. They're really looking at making sure that the folks that get this weather information know what to do with it. Does an emergency manager get a forecast and understand when they should evacuate their area of responsibility? How to respond to an event that maybe wasn't as well planned for, and also how to make sure that they're prepared for other things in the future, like space weather events, any type of terrorist activity. The Weather Service would really like to be at the forefront of making sure that the information we provide is more than just information. It's also a service. We have a space weather prediction center that's centered out in Boulder, Colorado. They are newly an operational facility out there within the last couple of years. They are responsible for monitoring all of the activity on the sun and providing timely warnings and other advisories to anybody from power companies to folks that operate satellites and other communication-related companies and partners. And so space weather, we're actually going into what's called a solar maximum the next 2 years. And with the reliance of our public on technologies such as GPS, satellite communications, cell phones, and of course our power grid, all of these things are vulnerable to high activity on the sun. And our Space Weather Prediction Center is really focused on monitoring this to make sure we have enough information, enough lead time for those in those various communities to be prepared for it and respond for it.
So does that include sunspots and
Yes.
solar flares?
Yes.
Both of those would be considered?
A sunspot is just a point on the sun, which is a cooler region. There's geomagnetic fields associated with it, but when you actually get an event such as a solar flare, that would actually cause electromagnetic energy to come towards the Earth and really disrupt our magnetic field, which would interact with our power grids and also our satellite communications and other things. Well, of course, we have, and within the Weather Service, a Climate Services Division, which is mainly focused on not only collecting various observations across the United States and also internationally collecting that information, but then also looking at patterns and providing what's called climate variability information, seasonal forecasts, so that our farmers and others can prepare for future seasons. But of course, along with that, our administration is very interested in global climate change and global warming. And so the administration really wants to look into providing some sort of service that can not only do research into what's happening with our climate, but also provide more information on letting our public and our other folks in this country learn how to mitigate and prepare for potential changes in our climate. Of course, it's very hard to know what's going to happen based on the, climate change to me is still an uncertainty. No one's really sure what's going to happen. We've only been collecting data on this Earth for really the last 200 years, and so the Earth's been around a lot longer than that, and it's really an unanswered question. No one's really sure what's going to happen. There are a lot of positives or negatives that can occur with that.